Hello, everybody. My name is Kazu. Nice to meet you. This is my This is part of my 365-day daily challenge, speaking English for 30 minutes straight using the who said questions. No script, just spontaneous answers, just like the real exam. Let's get started. I skipped yesterday's challenge. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, recently I skipped this challenge often, and that's not good. That's not a good thing. I want to keep this every day. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how, but I want to keep this every day. Mm. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have to, I have to change something to continue this challenge every day. Mm, like I know penalty doesn't work. Penalty actually accelerates uh, my skipping habit because I have to deny myself if I punish me. Sounds like I'm easy on myself, but I think it's true. I think this is true. So I have to figure something out, except other than punishing me. But that's a very difficult thing. By the way, today is day 170 days. Sorry, 170, day 170. Day 170. Finally 70. 170. There is a seaweed. The gap in my keyboard. Okay. I got it. Okay, let's review. Actually, today is another depression day, maybe. I feel low right now. There were about 40 to 50 people. Oh, I was talking about running session. So on last Saturday, I joined the Nike Harajuku running session. There were about 40 to 50 people. There were about 40 to 50 people, and yeah, there was a coach. The coach explained the plan and flow of the session. He went over how the session would go. First, we did training. And after that, we ran. The training is called Tabata type training. Yeah, it is developed by Dr. Tabata. The training was developed by Dr. Tabata. Anyway, the coach. Yeah, the coach. I want to talk about coach. The coach. He went over how the session would go. He was used to be an Ekiden player. Ekiden is a long distance relay race. Ekiden is a long distance relay race, often run by university teams in Japan. Back in the day, he was a professional. He was on a corporate distance running team. He was on a corporate distance running team. Corporate distance running team. In Japan, some companies field their own distance running teams. In Japan, some companies field their own distance running teams. He has also coached athletes. He has plenty of experience to teach us. And we did a training. It's called a Tabata type training. The training was developed by Dr. Izumi Tabata. Dr. Izumi Tabata. It was really tough. Actually, I have the muscle pain still now. I'm having the muscle pain still now. And after the training, we ran through Harajuku, Omotesando, and Gaienmae, looped around the Japan National Stadium, and then returned to Nike Harajuku store. It was 5 kilometers in total. maybe six, yeah, about 6 kilometers in total. Because you know, my Apple Watch didn't work well. So maybe, yeah, it was about 6 kilometers in total. We had to stop at each traffic light. We had to stop at we had to stop at each traffic light. So it was not tougher than I expected. It wasn't harder than it wasn't harder than I expected. It wasn't that hard than it wasn't that harder. It wasn't that harder than I expected. Did I we had to stop each I was able to complete the session. I was able to complete the session. I was a little bit nervous before the session that whether I, you know, could complete the session because I'm the beginner. And after the session, we heard the coach saying, and that was surprise. That was a surprise for me. The participants received a 10% off coupon. So I bought some winter running gear at the store. I bought some winter running gear at the store. Yeah. Then I changed the topic. Maybe this sentence is related to the question. The question was, do you think yeah, the question was, do you think we are moving toward a more equal society? And I was talking about feminism. Train stations. Yeah. Women sometimes clean the men's restroom. At train stations or public places. At public places, women sometimes clean the men's bathrooms. So if you push feminism, it might no longer be allowed. If you push this stance, it means feminism. The system could also become more complex, shifting the burden onto companies and the government agencies. The system could also become more complex. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. I got the phone call. Yeah, I asked the person to call back after. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, but I asked that person to call back in 1 hour. Is it correct? I got a phone call, but I asked that person to call back in 1 hour. I got a phone call, but I asked the person to call me back in an hour. I got a phone call, but I asked the person to call me back in an hour. Where was I? I bought some winter. Talking about feminism, the system could also become more complex. If we push that stance, the system could also become more complex, shifting the burden onto companies and the government agency, like for example, cleaning restrooms. So they would have to separate people. I mean, they would have to hire men and women workers to clean restrooms. It could be the burden onto companies or government agencies. So what I want to say is that I think some imbalance is necessary to balance the society. Yes, and I don't know why, but I was talking about the Japanese. Maybe came from the question, because Japan is kind of men's society. How can I say? Japan is a male-dominated society. Still, yeah. Because Japan is still is still one of the male-dominated societies. I don't know why I said this. We tend to be reserved. I don't know why I said what I said. I don't know why I said this. We tend to be reserved. Yeah, but we tend to be reserved. Japanese people tend to be reserved and they look not confident, but we are confident. Just try to be reserved, try to be modest, polite. So we don't want to come across as arrogant. We don't want to come across as arrogant. We don't see arrogant as something admirable. We don't think arrogance as something admirable. We don't see arrogance as something admirable. That's why we try to present ourselves modestly. Present ourselves. That's why we try to present ourselves modestly. But it's a tricky balance between modesty and a lack of confidence. But it's a tricky balance. It's a tricky balance between modesty and a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence. And actually, we aren't satisfied with. How should I put it? Average quality. Yeah. Because Japanese, society demand high quality services. Like, we are very punctual. We don't usually be late. Japanese trains aren't usually be late. But it's usual. Trains are late in other countries. And the food quality, Japanese chain stores offer very tasty food, even they are chain stores. So the average, Japanese average, is very higher than ones in other countries. One in other countries. So look like yeah, and also customer services. We have very good customer service. Japanese, customer services are very good. Way better than other countries. I'm proud of Japanese customer services, but so but this is just my opinion, but some people in other countries, they are very confident when I've seen some people who have too much confidence, even if they just get the lower average. like, they try to present themselves very good. How can I say? How can I say? Yeah, anyway, like we are sometimes too modest. Even we're good at something. That's typical Japanese attitude, and people in other countries underestimate us because it looks like not confident. Looks like we have a lack of confidence. I don't know what I want to say, but yeah, I love Japan. That's it. That's it. Yeah, still my English is not uh, very is not the good quality. So, but I try to present myself confidently. I'm not the typical Japanese, though. Yeah, anyway. I got off topic. So we are hardly satisfied with low quality. So we pursue perfection in quality for everything, like services, languages, food. Yeah, anyway. So we pursue perfection in quality. But that could be a typical mistake. Sometimes sometimes it is okay after release something, then we can brush up that. I think that's okay, but we try to make something public when that is perfect. So the standards we set for ourselves are very high. It may even be higher than the level in many other countries. Modesty is a part of our nation characters. Modesty is a part of our national character, and I appreciate that. It may even be higher than the level in many other countries. Some people who have too much confidence. I've been seeing people who are overly confident even when they are just below average. I've seen people who are overly confident even when they are just below average. They try to present themselves very well. They try to present themselves very well. How should I put it? We are sometimes too modest. Even when we are good at something, that's a typical Japanese attitude, and people from other countries end up underestimating us. It's because we don't appear confident. It's because we don't appear confident. We can come across as lacking confidence. Come across. Sorry about that. You can come across as lacking confidence. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but anyway, I love Japan. That's all. Still, my English is very good. Isn't very good, but I try to present myself confidently. I'm not a typical Japanese person, though. I got off topic. We are hardly ever satisfied with low quality. So we pursue perfection in everything. In services, language, and food, for example. Anyway, we keep chasing perfection, but that can be a common mistake. Sometimes that's okay. Once we release something, we can refine it. Yeah, once we release something, we can refine it. I think that's okay, but we tend to make things public only when they are perfect. Half-hearted, incomplete, uh, unfinished, half done, unfinished, incomplete, half-hearted, incomplete, incomplete, unfinished, half done, half-hearted. I made a half-hearted effort so far. Incomplete. I think sometimes it is okay if it is okay. Incomplete. Sometimes incomplete things are okay to make them publish because we can brush up, we can refine them once we release. Once we release. And we say too many sorry. Japanese people tend to say too many sorry. Then foreigners sometimes look down on us. I hate that because we just modest and polite. We try to be modest and polite, but some people misunderstand the attitude. Maybe they are they are obtuse, they are not smart, then they look down on us. But we just respect we just respect respect, respect. We just try to respect each other. Yeah, respect each other. So don't look down on everyone. We are, equal. Thank you so much. Bye bye.